Hey, I'm live. I look exhausted. I know. I just got off work. It is 3:30 a.m., 3:25. I just picked that time for no reason. Mm. I'm not working tomorrow, but I have my kids all weekend, so I'm not gonna just stay here on YouTube. I'm gonna skip day one and day two because everybody knows about it. The thing, and we got our hero Isaac Baruch doing his little impression. Not impression, that guy, that's the way he is. He's not acting. I'm so proud of that dude. I'm so proud of Johnny um, for taking it. Like, it really takes courage to sit there and have all your private information, the drugs, the mental illnesses, just your stuff, your kids, all displayed right there, just so you can clear your name. So, bravo to him, because if I was him, I probably would not have the balls to do it. And I would just probably let her step all over me. A lot of people will do that. And that's what a lot of people, a lot of women like Amber get away with it. Because you going through this is usually just so draining. It's draining to talk about it. It's draining to watch it. So the first day, I watched the whole time, the whole thing. Sister, and then the sister was a witness. The second day was the day that it was going, that was flowing the best with Isaac, friend of Johnny. And then the third day, which was today, earlier today is Friday. Anyway, Thursday, because today the court is closed, was a lot. I think they finally got the rhythm. So now maybe they're going to give us like 3 or 4 witnesses a day. I sure hope so, because being stuck listening to a person for 1 hour, to one person, I think it was worth it to listen to Johnny's sister for so long and to Isaac. But from now on, I hope who am I to talk about being slow? I'm slow, but I hope they are more organized with their questions. They're supposed to have that figured out. I don't know if it's nerves, because it's a really big case, but his lawyer Camille and then Ben, seem super professional and super experienced. But today there was a lot of back and forth. Document 220. Well, can we see the 220? Can we see the 515? Can we see? And that, I mean, I'm watching it, whatever. I can change the channel. But think if you are in the jury box and you are doing your jury duty, and these people like, can we get this? Can we take this? Okay, Your Honor, yeah, and we'll have it for tomorrow. Yeah, can we print this? That should just be happening without the jury there present, I think. But anyway, I hope that nobody gets too fed up, that they make a decision based on the housekeeping of the courthouse, as she calls it, housekeeping. And even Judge Penny said at the end, today, at the end, Thursday, yesterday at the end, she said, well, I hope tomorrow we have more stuff organized, right? Like, she was being sarcastic. Let me turn my computer on. She was being sarcastic, but like girl, come on. And it was from both sides. It wasn't just Amber. I don't want to say it was both. They were both disorganized. Okay. So I am really tired, so I'm gonna speak slowly, which is probably a good thing. So the notes I took from the sister, if I talk about it again, I probably will cry again, as I did last time that I made a video about it, because it really triggered. It triggered me, and it triggered a lot of people on YouTube. That's kind of why I'm just gonna, just gonna let it be, because it's not like it's old news, but everybody was talking about it. So I'm just gonna talk about today, but yesterday. Today there's no court. So today we have Kate James. I was so excited for Kate James. I did not know Kate James was gonna be so sassy. She's a tough cookie, that one. I didn't know that she was going to be so cool and so honest. And she was telling the freaking idiot, Amber's lawyer, you're putting words into my mouth, and I don't respect that. It was so great. Like, she will not take shit. There was no objection once, which I think is great. She didn't gas. She Because sometimes like the witnesses are talking and then they get interrupted by objections. There was nothing, no interruptions when Kate James was talking. I don't know if you guys noticed it. If you watched the whole thing, if you didn't watch the whole thing, just go on Popcorn Planet, Andy, or Tug, Umbrella Guy, and just watch a few minutes. Like if you sit through the stream, like I did it on Stevie Ray J channel, and I watched it on Dr. Soup's um, on Wednesday, and it was an 8 hour because between us talking and chatting, well, I was on the chat, but they were on camera, and they did a phenomenal job streaming. But it was really, if you don't have that time to do that, I happen to work at night and I sleep during the day, so instead of sleeping, I was watching the case because I don't think that we're gonna have another chance to watch and witness something like so important. I was thinking about a lot of things today, not just because it's Johnny and Amber, but today when Dr. Kibber was talking, I realized that this is about it's about domestic violence or whatever, and we're just gonna get Amber to admit that she's a jerk, or we're gonna get Amber to pay the $50 million so Johnny can clear his name. But I'm thinking this is about more, and it's the same with the Marilyn Manson. This is about showing if he wins, which I don't think I think he will win. The message that he's going to be sending out is great, and it's not only a message of men get hurt too, and this happens. It happened to Johnny Depp. Imagine it can happen to Joe next door, right? I know, Nicole. Hmm. Hey, good morning. Look at me, with my eyes. I just got off work, but I came here. I'm just kind of to chill. I'm so glad you're here. So, did you watch the live stream today? I mean, Thursday. It was the day that had more witnesses. It was a very exciting day. Did you watch it? Like, isn't entirely? Because I did. So the first one we had was Kate James. I don't know if you saw Kate James. So you probably know who Kate James is. So she was a personal assistant of Amber for a long ass time. That woman is a saint. And what really was nasty about it was when when they were asking her like, well, how much money Amber pay you? Well, for how long you work with Amber? How much experience you have as a personal assistant? They were trying to gaslight her in a way. This is what lawyers do. Amber's team, not Johnny. And so what else you do for Amber? I mean, is that really a hard job? Like they were really trying to turn like, just put her down. And this girl was a tough cookie. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, probably. This short it's hard to find short clips on YouTube because everybody has the 8 hour, 7 hour stream. But if you go on Popcorn Planet, which I usually don't, because there's a lot of noise. I mean, I love Andy, but there's a lot of people talk. There's a lot of noise. It's chaos. But if you want to just see a few minutes of the witnesses, then that's the way to go. Doug is talking all over the thing, and it's so funny. Doug sounded like he was drunk today. He was so happy. Now, I don't think he was drunk. I think he was so excited. I was like freaking before I went to work. Oh, legal bites. Okay. So you saw Kate James testifying. I mean, I knew she was from the UK, and I knew she was kind of sassy, and I knew she hated Amber because Amber fucked her over. She had her working for $25 an hour. $25 an hour is nothing in LA for the 24/7 personal assistant of a diva job. So that really made me sad. I don't want to say I feel sorry for her because she would hate that I feel sorry for her. But really, she was underpaid, and that's a form of abuse. Kay James was bringing her kid, I believe, in the time the kid job, and Amber will pay her less than Kate needed it, knowing that Kate having a kid, and just like so that you got a chance to listen to Kate. So I shouldn't play it. I don't know who she was until testify. I knew who she was because of deposition back in 20 February 2022, and they did another one in 2019. They've been dragging these people, and I was so excited for Kay James. We also have a witness list that Doug Umbrella Guy found about a month ago. But the problem with the witness list is that it's not telling us the order that they're going to appear. That's why I was so excited when I saw Christy. I was like Christy Bites, Christy, Johnny's sister testimony. Like that's the first witness, and they open with something so emotional, like the sister and the abuse and all that. I thought that was a great idea. So, for example, I didn't know Christy was gonna go. I didn't know that Isaac was gonna go after Christy. I didn't know that Kay James was going yesterday. Like we know the names of the people, but we don't know what's the order. And somebody today on the stream was going crazy and saying like, "Well, they have this guy. This guy is not helping," about a psychiatrist. But I tell you why. Because somebody else is gonna have him. Like if it's a game of like who takes a witness first, you know. So these people are all subpoena already for this case. Is pretty much what it's about. If Johnny doesn't get the doctor right away and doesn't grab him and use him as a witness, then Amber is going to. And that is going to be bad or neutral. So when people say like, why Johnny has this guy? Why not? He has the guy, so she won't have the guy. So when Johnny had the therapist that was doing the couples therapy, even if she, to me, was very questionable and very unprofessional and hard to talk to and not likable. But anyway, even that person was necessary on his side because otherwise Amber was gonna get her. So it's pretty much like you have to be on top of it. Yeah, I mean, like we can talk. This is kind of what I'm doing. This look at my face. Like it's like I don't makeup on my eyes, which I usually do because I'm gonna get ready to bed. So I just have some respect for you guys and put some lipstick on. All right, so you get the gist of it. Because girl, you watch it. I am gonna go back to Manson because that's my thing, and I'm gonna go back to Manson and Amber and Ilmagor. But this is just the snippet of what Evan is gonna have to go through. Can you imagine if this was Manson and Evan in court? Um, it's gonna happen. It might not be this dramatic, and we might not be able to watch it. Um, but this is just a snippet. This it better if Evan is paying attention. Evan is paying attention. Evan is watching this. Elmagor, all of them. I hope they're like learning one thing or two to not to do in court, and maybe somebody retracts their something. But even if Evan retracts all the stuff, and even if Ashley retracts all the stuff, Manson already suing them. So but I hope Evan is watching Amber and just maybe like something will snap on the noggin right here. Rachel, I call her Rachel. This girl, Eve is her name. She was the person sitting behind Amber with a mask, and Amber was passing notes to Eve the last couple days. And I thought that she was part of the council, part of her team. You are allowed to pass notes. You are. People on YouTube don't even want to they don't even want to do the research. You are allowed to. I was in court a bunch of times, and actually they want you to pass notes because otherwise you'd be like, "Pa, pa, 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 pa," and make a bunch of noise. So you're allowed to pass notes only to your counsel, not to the people behind you just because it's your friend or because it's there to take pictures or because it's your assistant. This girl, this girl Eve is her name. I don't remember her last name. Farison, whatever. And she was passing notes behind. She's been doing that since Monday, but finally she got caught. And you see in the stump of Johnny's lawyer getting up and going to the judge, and everybody getting up and going to the judge. And when they turn off the microphones, and there's like the two lawyers and the judge having a discussion. So Eve was on her computer. Check that. I can't show you the video from my phone, but that is on Tugs. That's everyone on YouTube. Eve is not a lawyer. Eve was there for like research, and Eve was there as a friend of Evan. So they have a thing in court on the back that is friends and family. That's where you're supposed to sit at. You could go. There's like two fans of Johnny Depp there. Well, you have to be quiet. You gotta put your phone away. If you think you're too tempted, leave the phone in a locker, in your car. I don't know. So this girl Eve is not just a spectator. She's sitting behind Amber. She knows Amber, so she has an agenda. This girl Eve was receiving notes from Evan, from Amber, and Amber's kind of giggling, giving notes back and forth. You can already see it. You see it televised. You've seen it televised on YouTube. 8 hours of it every single day. What do you mean, girl? They only interrupted to talk among each other when the court was on a break, but otherwise, 8 hour. You don't need a TV. I don't have a TV. But this girl in court was with her laptop open like this. It was like a little small Chromebook. You are not allowed to do that. Only a lawyer can do that. And lawyers are supposed to be on the phone too much, but they can have a computer to read files, and sometimes they have to show the computer even to the judge when things that they can't explain or they don't want to say out loud. The only ones that can have devices are the lawyers. And Amber didn't have a phone out. Amber wasn't playing with her phone. Her friend, and this is in defense of Amber, I guess, like Amber didn't know. Amber didn't know the friend was going to be so stupid, I guess. But anyway, so the friend is taking the note. She gets caught because it's really easy to get caught when you do something like that. She gets caught, and I believe the reason was because somebody visually saw it, and also because this girl Eve was posting things online. She was posting on Instagram. She was on Twitter. You're not supposed to have a computer in the courtroom. Besides that, you're not supposed to talk about the case with anybody if you are in the courthouse. Even if you're a friend and family, you are the guy that works there as a security guy. You are the person who writes on the computer. You are one of the jurors people. You're not supposed to talk about the case or post on social media, even made a little comment on YouTube about it or like pictures on Instagram. You're not supposed to. That's what it's really hard to be. People go like, oh my God, it would be so fun. It's fun, but it's also like it's hard because how do you stop yourself from like something that you usually will do? It's a normal thing. You're not supposed to. Don't get on Facebook, don't get on Instagram. But this girl's Eve, little minion of Amber, was posting on Twitter, making jokes and stuff. So she got caught, and they got it out. Yeah, I was glued to the trial for the last 3 days. That's what look at me. The first one was 8 hours. They're going over. Court usually starts at 8:30 p.m. and it ends at 4 p.m. in every state. They're going over. They're going after 5. And the judge has been really sweet and really nice. But yesterday, I had a feeling that she was pissed off not pissed off at Johnny or pissed off at Amber. No, she seemed good to both of them. She was pissed off at like the disorganized crap, chaos that the lawyers were not ready. Like exhibits were lost. We don't know what this is. We don't know if we're printed or not. So it was like that. It's called housekeeping. The housekeeping was messed up. Okay, so do you know about that girl that got kicked out? Friends of Amber, not a journalist, not she was taking pictures. She was like a friend of Amber, but Amber wanted it for personal support. You don't pass notes, so I don't know if you know about it. It's a very short second. You have to go to Tug Umbrella Guy channel. He shows it, and then he plays it in slow motion and points an arrow to. And people in the chat were like, "Who's that? Oh, that's Eve. Whatever. She got kicked out. Why she was there to begin with?" And then Tug put it in slow motion, and I saw it. And I saw her with her computer open. You don't. How much of a brat Amber and her friends are that they think they don't have to follow the rules? You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? Sorry, excuse my French, but seriously, um, yeah. I mean, like, how much madness? Yeah. So what I want to do is, um, Kate James. You want to listen to Kate James, the personal assistant, first witness of the day. This girl, this lady. I think she's British. I think she is. Stuck up. I think she was like tough, badass, and a tough cookie. And she was not bullshit. Oh, Gina. Gina. Yeah, you're talking about Gina. Yeah, that was pretty sad because Gina was on a roll. Gina admitted that she partied with Johnny. Gina said that Amber gave her drugs and all that stuff. It might seem like it's making Johnny look bad, but we have to have patience. Patience. Johnny's lawyer put Gina for a reason as a witness, so we gotta have patience. But Gina is forbidden to come back and testify because they found out that Gina was watching clips online, just like we're doing, just like clips. Not even like watching the whole stream, not talking to Johnny on the phone, not talking to Amber, not giving interviews, but just watching a few clips here and there. So they found out. And instead of lying, she could have lied and say, "No, I didn't do that," but she said yes. So she didn't want to lie. She said, "Yes, I have been watching some clips." She probably watched like 2 things, so it got disqualified. But before, see, the thing it says, even if she got disqualified, the juror, they already listened to all that. They have it in their head. Mm-hmm. No, what happened? Oh, yes, because the team Amber, which is this Eve person with the computer, they were on Instagram, they were whatever, and they saw that Gina liked a post or did something on Twitter, liked a post or repost something, and they call cancel, and they all on the table. So it came from Amber Heard's team that Gina did that. It's Gina's fault for doing it, okay? And if I was a lawyer of Amber, I would call it off. It's better for me that Gina's out. You know what I mean? But it was very sneaky because that girl Eve shouldn't be in the computer to begin with. So Gina got kicked out because Eve was on the computer, and then Eve got kicked out for being in the computer. Yeah, so that's what happened, and I saw it. The thing with Gina was very obvious. So then they called counsel. And the judge said, "Have you been watching clips?" And she said, "Yes." It's good for her for not lying. I don't know if I would have told the truth in that moment. And the judge said, "Okay." She didn't say they was disqualified. The judge said, "You can go, honey. Have a good day." And I was watching, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not good." because as a person that knows Johnny and Amber a lot. She worked with Johnny in Pirates of the Caribbean. She does makeup and special effects. She works with Johnny in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Gina's husband is super, super, super close to Johnny, and he has some good information on Amber. So now that Gina's disqualified, I don't think her husband will be qualified because they're staying in the same hotel. Like they're not supposed to talk to each other. So his name is Steve. So Steve is Gina's husband. So Gina got disqualified today. Now, if they ask Steve, have you been watching clips? Steve can say no. That's it. And they don't have a way to prove that he has been watching clips, and they will use them as a witness. If Steve, Gina's husband, says, yes, I've been watching clips with my wife, again, we got another one that we got disqualified. Is that answer the is that a good answer? That's the best I got. That's what happened. Nothing more complicated than that. So yeah, she was liking pictures and she was on Twitter. Then the girl who works for Amber saw that. Told Amber, those were the notes they were passing. Those were the notes. Amber told the lawyer. Lawyers got up. It was a little rumpus, and they didn't explain anything to us. They're not doing it for the cameras. We had to figure it out in the chat. We were like, what's going on? What's going on? And then when they come back, Judge Penny said, please, you guys, please follow the rules so this doesn't happen again. So then I figured it out. There was something related to breaking the rules. But the thing is, her testimony, even if she was nervous and why not, her testimony was really important. And even if she's disqualified in the books, the jury heard everything that she got to say. And that stuff is stuck in your head. And she was a good witness. She wasn't like, oh, superstar like Isaac Baruch the previous day, okay? She wasn't like that, but she 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 dropped some bombs, like Amber giving her ecstasy the day of the wedding. Like what? What does it say about a person? I mean, Gina took the ecstasy, but it's not Gina's wedding. Gina was like, why not party? And but Amber has ecstasy the day of her wedding, and then they were asking her about cocaine use with Johnny. Gina said yes. She seems so honest. She didn't go there to lie. She said yes, but she also said when Johnny takes cocaine, he just talks a lot. I never seen him angry. I never see him angry when he drinks. I can barely tell that he's drinking because he's the same person. He's nice and warm and kind. And even when he's doing drugs, he is the same person. He just talks a lot. So we need that. We need that. But now all that is in the trash. Pretty much. Thank you. I missed the note passing. Ooh, the note passing. The note passing started on Monday. Yeah. And we were on the chat going like, okay, the note passing might be a normal thing. She might be saying, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Whatever. I done note passing. But now it became more of a gossip passing. So this is what they did. They found out that Gina was on the internet. Which Gina made a mistake. She shouldn't have been on the internet. And then they told the lawyers. They passed on told the lawyers, and then they all got up. It was really, I mean, Johnny and Amber were the only ones not getting up. Everybody got up, went to Judge Rumpus, got Gina said, you've been watching clips. Gina says yes. Okay, you leaving. But after that, they sent away also the girl with the computer. So it's kind of like 50-50. They both lost a person, but Gina had a lot of more information. But Gina's husband has been around Johnny and Amber more and for longer. But also Gina lives with her husband. Like, what the fuck? Like, how they're going to prove that he hasn't been watching the clips? And when they ask him, it's going to be the first thing they ask. He better say no. I always say, don't lie in court. Don't lie in court because it's gonna come to bite you in the ass. You can lie other places. You cannot lie in court. I mean, I know people lie in court, not me. I lie before in places. I don't lie in court. There's a very bad, first of all, you swear, oh, help me God. First of all, you're under oath. Second of all, it's very bad because it will hunt you. So the husband, I'm not trying to say, oh, the husband, you should lie. But if he said, yes, I've been watching clips, he's out of the he's out of the witness list as well. So as far we have Christy, Johnny's sister, which to me was the most oh my God, it was so sad. I don't know if you watched my last live. I was crying, but I got tears and I got all emotional. Did you watch it? I was so embarrassed. I almost deleted it because nobody was watching, but I'm gonna leave it there because I'm not embarrassed. But I was triggered. I was triggered by all the stuff that she was saying, all the violence and all the stuff about how they grew up. It was awful. I don't want to think about it again. So we got Christine and we got Baruch, which is one of Johnny's best friends. That he saw Amber. He knows there was no makeup on his face. The guy's a painter, so he knows about tones and colors. He testified there was no makeup and no bruises. He knows it. He testified over and over. Honest guy. He didn't let the lawyers lead him. You know when they say leading, the person is leading. Lawyers have to lead. That's a job. That's a job. They lead and they put words in your mouth. Anyway, so we got those two on Tuesday, and then yesterday we got Kay James, the personal assistant. We got a therapist. I don't even remember her name. The couple's therapist. I didn't like her at all, and I don't know what good she was doing anyway. And then we got Gina. They got disqualified, and then we got Dr. Kipper. We got both four. Dr. Kipper is a psychologist. The psychiatrist that prescribed medication for Johnny for his bipolar and for his anxiety and whatnot. Very, very important guy. I would say the guy who prescribed the meds is more important than the therapist because this is all they're trying to make it all about the medication. He's not taking care of his health. He wants to be drunk all the time. Anyway, Dr. Kipper sat there and said that Johnny was seeking help. Yeah, he doesn't stick to the program. He relapsed, but he was seeking help. And the eyes of the jury, in my eyes, even if I didn't like Johnny that, to me, I go like, well, this is a guy who's seeking help. When the fuck Amber was seeking help? Did Amber ever went to rehab? No. Did Amber ever said, you got a problem with pills, I got a problem with wine, I'm going to seek help? No. So the other day, we got to think outside the box. And the fans online were like, oh, this is so bad because they're painting him as he's a drug addict. You know what? He's an addict. He's a drug addict. He is. And he never hid it. He was public all the time about it. And then when he was clean because he tried really, really hard. And then guess when he relapsed? When he was with her on her honeymoon. So anyway, so Dr. Kipper have nice things to say about Johnny. Also, he's a doctor, so he's not going to lie too much because he still wants his Beverly Hills clients. You know what I mean? Are you still here? I'm like yapping away, but I'm trying to tell you exactly what I saw because I saw the whole thing. So Dr. Kipper says, well, Johnny was prescribed for anxiety, Xanax, and Valium, and Seroquel. I happen to know all the medications that he was talking about, but mostly were for mood swings, mood stabilizers, and anxiety medication. Won't you need anxiety medication if you are with Amber every single day? It's when they talk about Marilyn Manson getting high. I'm like, well, Marilyn Manson got high. I mean, yeah, he's a rock star, it's suspected, but like maybe he was just taking so much abuse from that. I'm not gonna say the narcissistic thing, but so much abuse from that dysregulated, unstable Evan Rachel Wood. Of course he's gonna get high. But that's not I'm not excusing, okay? What I'm saying is like recovery, I know about this because I work with people that do this thing. That's what they call the 12-step programs. They don't call it 12-step and then you're done and then you're cured. No. Part of recovery is relapsing. And anybody who knows about that will tell you part of recovery is relapsing. So putting him like throwing rocks at him, saying that he's a horrible person for taking drugs and relapsing is really bad, and it shows the really bad picture because in America we should knock it off. We're not in the 1800s. We're not in the 1950s. Drugs are drugs, and everybody takes some. Sugar is a drug. Caffeine is a drug. Okay, plastic surgery is an addiction. That you have eating disorders. Like, I really want them to ask Amber about her use of ecstasy, mushrooms, weed. Weed is legal in California, but it's still ask her anyway because she might not have a card. About her use of wine, red wine. Every single post on Instagram, not every single post, but for like the last 10 years has been about wine. Oh, I'm in the winery. I'm somewhere in California drinking wine. He said that she needs to be asked about that too. If you're going to put him on a stigma of he's bipolar, he takes meds, he drinks alcohol, which is legal. Like, you need to prove that the guy gets crazy on alcohol. But you don't have to prove that he never drinks alcohol. And Johnny's lawyer don't have to prove that Johnny never drinks alcohol. They don't have to prove that Johnny's sober. He is. I hope he is. But they don't even have to prove it. The judge is not going to ask for, in such a case like this, it's not going to ask for drug tests. It would be so out of the norm. The only way they will do that is, for example, if they have children in common and this is a custody case, then yes, then he's fucked because he better have a clean drug test. The same for her. But it's not. It's a defamation case. So it's none of our business whatever he takes or whatever he drinks. The only reason that makes it our business in Amber's is if he gets violent. And I never met a person that punches somebody when they take opiates. I haven't. And I know people that take opiates. I never met a person that punches somebody when they smoke weed. The alcohol is a different thing because alcohol can make you violent, but he was taking anxiety meds. So he was, like the way you saw him in court, cool, like a peach. I think that's just the way that he is normally. The sister and then Gina said that, yeah, he drinks. He freaking drinks. But you cannot even tell the difference because he's just cool. And when he takes coke, when he snorts coke, he's just a little bit more chatty. But he never abused anybody. So he's a freaking grown-ass old man. He can do whatever he wants with his body, okay? Drugs are bad for you. I freaking hate drugs. Alcohol, I think I hate alcohol more than drugs. But we cannot tell him what to do. So it doesn't matter whatever he takes. It matters that if he was hurting her while he was on that. That's super obvious what I'm saying, right? But Team Amber seemed to not understand, because if you go online and you put justice for Johnny and then you put justice for Amber, there is some trolls out there. And I've been reading it. I mean, I'm not getting in fights with people, whatever. But some of them are just like calling him names, saying he's a druggie, Johnny druggie, like, oh yeah, the character in Pirates of the Caribbean is not that far away from him because he's a druggie, he's a drunk, just like the pirate. And they're not understanding, they have no compassion, and they're not understanding that it's a disease and he's sick. And I'm here saying that, and I love the guy. I'm making videos that to support him, just like all of us, but he's sick. Okay. But part of getting better is relapsing. And you're never going to get better with somebody like Amber going at you every single day about how bad you are, how horrible you are, how bad of a person you are because you had a drink and you were such a baby. You never fight for me. You always run away from me. Ba 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 ba. How the hell are you gonna get clean? I mean, this guy had the best team. He got really good, well, not a really good therapist, but some kind of a good therapist. And then Dr. Kipper is a specialist. Okay, that's what he does. He takes people out of drugs, and not even this team could help him because the temptation was too much. It was like you have to do something to relieve the stress because you gotta deal with this person who's at you for whatever reason. Kate James, as same as Gina today, the one thing everybody has in common, all the witnesses say about Amber, there's one thing in common you notice. She's impossible to please. You have to walk on eggshells with her. You have to pacify her. There's ways to do it, and Johnny learned the way to do it so she doesn't get mad. She's always mad. We have to go tipped up around her. All the witnesses say the same thing. So that's a common thing for her. Don't you think? You think that's somebody who can be with somebody that is on a detox? And Dr. Kipper's idea to go to detox on a plane, going to an island. I get the whole island thing, but you have to go to a plane. You gotta take the plane to go to the island. So detox on a plane. I know it's Hollywood. I know they do things different that we will go to detox. But again, are they going to talk about when did she ever want to detox? Did she ever detox for anything? Again, they don't have kids together, so it's not that important that both of them need to be clean. Both of them don't need to be clean right now. They don't. They can be getting higher drunk. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. But actually, there's nothing saying that both of them have to be clean in order to win this. That's important because a lot of people online go like, he's not going to win it if he doesn't cut his hair, he doesn't stop drinking. No, no. This has nothing to do with it. He's an adult. If she's a grown-ass woman, he's an adult. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They don't have kids together. She has a baby, so I hope that she's not drinking. But this guy was helping him stop smoking cigarettes too. So this seems to be a good doctor, or it was a good doctor for him. And it's on his side. Doctors have a really weird, vague way, like very strange way to not therapist. That therapist was awful. So she was just bad, and she was like, "I'm gonna let you know that I'm bad," and she sucked. I mean, we're talking better than she did yesterday. But Dr. Kipper, the psychiatrist, people that prescribe drugs are different than just the therapist. And he was saying things very carefully. Did you watch it? You see how long he was taking to answer? Because he doesn't want to throw anybody under the bus. I think he wants to protect Johnny, but he also doesn't want to throw the Amber under the bus, and he doesn't want to lose clients. Think about it. All the people in Hollywood, because he works with all these celebrities, and if they see him throwing Johnny under the bus, they're gonna be like, "What type of doctor is he?" So he wants to keep his clients. So I get it. People on YouTube are so dumb. They were all going like, "I'm so bored. I want to go to sleep." To me, this stuff about the psychology and the psychiatrist and the neurology and all of it is so interesting. I'm not interested in stupid freaking Amber talking about her hair and her bruises. I'm interested in I mean, I think the drugs and the talk about the drugs maybe it was too long. It was an hour and a half. But it is interesting. It's not something that you're gonna fall asleep. I don't know. They're freaking bunch of kids. I think that sometimes YouTube is like kids watching. When I say kids, I mean really young people. They're like they have an attention span of like 2 minutes. It didn't help that today all they did was talk about Johnny's abuse of substances and alcohol. It didn't help at all for the stigma. It didn't help. So I hope that Judge Benny, maybe on Monday or maybe at the end of the trial, she will say something of the sorts of, "We appreciate how addicts are trying to get help. We appreciate you, Johnny, for doing that." Because seeking help is way more novel and it's way better than what she did. She took mushrooms and went to Coachella Festival and party with her friends. And I'm judging her right now. See how it's really easy to judge people. So we gotta stop that. I don't want to judge Amber. Um, I don't. But also I don't want them to judge Johnny. And the stigma needs to stop. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. And that's what happens is like what's gonna happen is witnesses are gonna start lying because witnesses are going to feel that if they talk about drugs or they shouldn't, and they're going to lie. And I don't want nobody to lie because when you lie in court, you get caught. So I hope that people are honest anyway, even if it's, yeah, Johnny and I did cocaine and it's once in a while like an event. It's a celebratory thing. So I hope that people keep telling the truth and they don't get scared, because nobody that I know takes painkillers and punches and sexually assault people. And also, well, okay, Dr. Kipper is the one that was there when the finger got cut by Johnny, allegedly by her. Let's just say allegedly, but I do think that she got it. And Dr. Kipper was the one who was there looking for the finger. And if you listen to the audio from years ago, it's on YouTube, and I have it, it's out there. Amber Heard is screaming, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry I did this to you. I'm so sorry." She's talking about the finger. She's not talking, "I'm sorry that I ate all the strawberries from the fridge. I'm sorry I left the dog out." She's talking about the finger. So I think even then Johnny was protecting her. It's very normal for somebody who gets abused as a kid to protect their abuses for the rest of their life. Like, it's this fucking cycle. Sometimes people go to the grave without breaking the cycle. He broke it. It seems like he broke it. Even if he doesn't get in a relationship ever again, I think doing this is so helpful for him for his recovery. The thing with Johnny Depp, it's not the drugs, it's the trauma. There's so much trauma. I didn't know the extent of it until we listened to the sister talking about it. Did you know how bad it was? I didn't know. I mean, he said before my mom was gonna crazy. She will spank us and whatever. I didn't know this. The woman was completely unstable and screaming and hitting them with branches of trees and how did he have to cope with that? Do you know how he coped with that? The sister and Johnny, how do they cope with the insane mother? Wow. The sister will take Johnny is the little brother, to another room to escape from the mom. What Johnny does this day is not anymore, but when he was married with her, he will go to the other room to protect himself. It's the same thing. It's that little boy all over again, doing the same thing that he did when his mom was attacking him. See, his mom was calling him names. His mom called him one eye because he got a lazy eye when he was a kid. A lot of kids have lazy eye. His mom would insult him. Then you got Amber saying, "You're a fat old man." It's really like in my last video, I said like we date our parents. Sometimes we marry our parents. It's really bad. Oh, hey. Hey, Rich. Nice to meet you. I'm so sorry that I look so bad. I just got off work and I got here because I've been doing Manson and all the hoax because I do believe it's a hoax. But I'm talking about Johnny because it's super important and it's more of the same. It's more of the same. And I hope the Manson girls are watching this trial and are getting scared because they're coming next. Defamation is not a joke. I mean, if it happens to somebody like you and me, it's still be bad. Okay? But imagine these people. Like, dude, And when people say like he has a lot of money, he doesn't need to work. It's okay if he gets canceled. He doesn't have to work, but he wants to work. He's an actor. They both want to work. They both are canceled pretty much. They both are for a stupid freaking hoax and a stupid freaking lie that when you think about why she did it, it's something that my son asked me because I have to break it to my son and I have to tell him that because we are Potterheads, we Harry Potter, we have Harry Potter blankets, and I said because Johnny Depp is not there, and my son is like, who's gonna play? Who? How? Why? So I told him I didn't tell him the details, but I said, well, because his wife is mean and she threw him into court and lied about him, so now he lost a job. I didn't say anything about assault or anything. I said it's just she's greedy, so now he lost a job. And my son goes like, well, now I don't want to watch it. When I watch it, it's it's a witch hunt, but two men all over again. This is all gossip. There is no proof of absolutely nothing for a director or for J.K. Rowling's, the producer, to say, "Oh, I heard some gossip about you that you hit somebody, so I fire you." See how ridiculous that sounds? So I'm not going to support anything that he lost. These people are just. I never watched Pirates of the Caribbean really, but the crimes of the series of Dumbledore, I was really into. We were gonna watch it now, and for spring for my birthday, and I'm pissed because I have to explain to my kid in a very. I know how to say things to them, but like um, I have to just break it to them because you know what, like I don't want my son. My son is 14. I don't want my son to think to grow up in a society, in the United States, in California, or anywhere. I don't want my son to think that it's okay to get beat up by his girlfriend or it's okay to beat up his girlfriend. Neither. I don't want him to think that it's okay to lie in court. I don't want him to think that if he yells at a girl once, he's going to go to prison. I don't want him to think that if he has a drink when he'll be an adult eventually, he can get framed. I don't want him to be scared of getting framed. So eventually I'll tell him the whole story. But for now, I just said like they're having a big divorce, millions of dollars, and he got fired. He's like, oh, that's it. When you're a parent, you have to lie. You gotta lie. You just lie. But at least I'm not doing what Evan Rachel Wood is doing. What Evan Rachel Wood is doing with Marilyn Manson when she's using her kid. Oh my gosh, she's using her kid to like look better. See, that's like sometimes you have to omit the truth to protect your child. Dragging people to bleeding. Like I'm not gonna do that right in the moment. Well, that's kind of my problem, not how to talk about it. Like, but I'm saying like I'm kind of opening up about that because that shows you that even if Johnny has a lot of money, he doesn't have to work and do the stupid Fantastic Beast movie. Maybe he wants to. Nobody thinks about that. The same with Manson. Yeah, he doesn't have to do one more album for the rest of his life. Maybe he wants to. Artists, if they don't produce art, they just go. They do worse things. So I want Johnny to work. And I want Amber to work. I am not. There's a lot of. I'm not the unlogical YouTube person. And I'm not criticizing. I'm criticizing her for what she does and for what she did to him. I'm not criticizing her as an actress or as the way she looks. I think she looked pretty. She kind of always does. I'm not saying I hope that she loses all her roles. I just want like closure on this thing. And if closure is $50 million to Johnny, then cool. And eventually she might just work again. And maybe eventually he will work again. There's always somebody willing to hire people like that, people like her. She's not gonna just be canceled if Johnny wins, which I think is gonna happen. She's not gonna be canceled. But I don't wish harm. I'm the type of person who's not gonna wish harm. I hate what she's doing to him, and it's vile. It's vile. It's vile. But I don't wish harm. I don't wish her to get caught and to go to rehab. It's up to her if she go to rehab or not. It's up to her. She's drinking right now. Like I said, I mean, alcohol can make people violent, but when you take alcohol with all the anxiety meds that he was taking, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he was ever violent. Physical. I know he screamed because we heard videos of him screaming on top of his lungs. So if she was just filing if she was just saying, well, yeah, he emotionally abused me, he screamed at me a lot, she would have a case. But no, she got to throw the thing in there, the physical stuff. She got to throw the punches, the black eye. She threw the sexual assault. You guys know that she did that last minute, because until now the finding was domestic violence, but now she threw a sexual assault last minute, and I know you know why she did it. Let's see if we can figure it out together, because I already know. Somebody texted me today about it. They're like, oh, I know exactly why she threw the sexual assault. I did all until now. It was a matter of black eyes and bleeding and little fetishes. No, she threw the sexual assault accusations because she wanted to be part of the Me Too movement so bad. And the Me Too movement is not about domestic violence. Me Too movement is about rape and sexual assault. And it's the same thing that Everett Wood did with Marilyn Manson. It was about violence, and now it's about sexual assault. Very sneaky, sneaky snake, Amber. And she didn't file anything until now. Now, turn is like really, like what else you gonna say about me? Like what else? This is so damn embarrassing. So now he has to sit there and listen to how people tell him he's a drunk, he's a drug addict, he's old. You know, his mom was crazy. He was he got beat up as a kid, and because he's traumatized, he had to take all these drugs. It's so he has his life open up in front of everybody, and now she's saying that he also assault her sexually. That was so messed up. And she threw a last minute, which is actually smart. It's smart for her lawyers. Her lawyers are probably the one to say last minute. Throw something last minute that the people on YouTube and the people on Twitter don't know about it. Throw it last minute. And she did. She said that he assaulted her in a sexual way. Even if they're married, even when you marry and when you have fetishes or kinks or do things in bed, they are kind of kinky, you can still get assaulted. There's boundaries, you know. So she said that he crossed the boundaries. I don't believe that either. But that is the only reason she's claiming that. Because she wants to make it sound like, or she wants to be part of the Me Too movement. And just like Evan Roach Wood and all these women, it's about the Me Too movement. They're activists. They don't want to be actors anymore. They want to be activists. And it's not like that. It's not like that. In order to be an activist, you gotta do some shit. You gotta do good stuff for people. Have Amber ever went to like a shelter for women? Did Amber ever did anything, any charity, besides the $200,000 that she donated that I think is Elon Musk money? But did she ever went to a rehab? Did she ever help out women that were in a situation of violence? Did she ever? I don't think so. It is about her. It's not about helping. Did she ever went out there and help anybody? Did she ever did an Angelina Jolie type of situation? You don't have to be so helpful, but did she ever went to a hospital and talked to teenagers about sexual assault? Did she ever made a commercial and talk about it did she ever had a podcast? Did she ever had a radio show? She doesn't say anything. Sometimes like she posts something on her Instagram, bullshit. Like one post about domestic violence. What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? She doesn't help people. She's not in the business of helping. She's just doing it for herself. And that shows. No, no, never. Right, Evan Richard Wood, the one you talk about is Evan. Evan Richard Wood is the one that did the documentary naming Marilyn Manson at the mom Marilyn Manson. But Amber Heard, never. All she did was went to the Washington Post, the newspaper, and give an op-ed, it's called, and wrote an article about domestic violence. That's all she ever did for the cause. Never produced anything. Never had, but like you don't even have to be so fancy. It doesn't even have to be producing anything. You can just go to a shelter and help out. You know, there's so many people that need help. And if you want to make it only about women, okay, whatever, because she thinks only women get abused, fine. Make it about women. Go to a shelter, go help out, do community work. Ever. Never. She just talk about it on TV and on Twitter because that is the way that people do politics and the people do activism these days. Instagram. Back in the day, the days like not the 80s, but like in the 90s, if you were an activist, you were outside, with signs. It's not even your own writing. And you hashtag enough is enough, or you hashtag me too, and that's your activism. Like we can do it right now on our chat. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying when it's super sneaky that she changed it to sexual assault only so they can fit on me too. Very simple, and not to surprise all of us because nobody knew about that. We all knew about the black eyes, and she's been talking about the hair that he pulled and the lip. But when they told sexual assault, YouTube, the news, anybody, we were like, Johnny was like this. Kind of like, what? The first time I hear this. Or in People's Magazines and Rolling Stone and Washington Post and LA Times, everybody's talking about how he sexually assaulted her. It's so sad. And he has to sit there and have not only his family life being told to the world, but also his mental health and his drug addiction being told to the world. But also now he is a person who assaults women. It went from the two black eyes to messed up stuff that I'm not gonna repeat because it's not only is gross, but it's too much. I don't want to repeat it. But let's say she said, because this is what they call it hearsay in court, because she said he said, so it's not provable unless you have a doctor notice that this actually happened, or pictures of an X-ray. She said that he did something to her with a bottle. Use your imagination for the rest, because I can't say it. She said that. She said that he was too drunk. He did something to her with a bottle of liquor. What about that? None of us knew about that. Johnny didn't know. None of us knew about that until Monday. How about that? Are you guys listening? How low you have to get. And his kids are old enough to watch YouTube or to turn on the TV, and now they hear that about their dad. Not only like the whole thing about his dad slapping women around, but also like, anyway, yeah. Before I go, I just wanted to play. Oh yeah, I wanna play like a little You guys watch the witnesses from for Thursday. There's no court today. The witnesses today were the personal assistant for Amber Heard. They were all in favor of Johnny. This was Johnny's witnesses. Then the therapist, and then the psychiatrist. There was three witnesses. There was four witnesses, but the fourth one was disqualified because she was watching clips, and you're not supposed to watch anything when you are called to testify. I guess you didn't know. So all these witnesses were in favor of Johnny. We're gonna get Amber witnesses soon, and it's gonna make everybody mad because it's gonna be more dirt and more dirt on Johnny, and dirt that is probably not true and it's not needed to come out. And it's gonna come out and it's gonna be so embarrassing. And even if it's not true, it's still gonna be embarrassing and hard to deal with. But yeah, so now he is a drunk that abuses women, and also he takes Xanax and he takes opiates and he drinks and he smokes a lot of cigarettes, and he gets in fights and punches with a closed fist when he smokes weed and takes Xanax, which is a downer, anxiety medication. They will put you to sleep or they cool you off because it's to take the edge off when you have anxiety. Nobody punches people when they take those meds. And I know what I'm talking about. So I can't believe that the judge was letting that go for so long. It was an interrogation for an hour and 30 minutes to Dr. Kipper. Well, why you prescribe him that? So you stop him. So you went to detox. So he wanted to detox. For how long he detox for? Da 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 da. What drugs he was using and what the drugs were doing to his body. Like, it was just. I believe you had to be honest when with your fans or with the world when you take drugs, and you have to be honest. And it's better to be honest than to lie and then look like a phony. But it was too much. And I mean, it doesn't trigger me to go and get high right now, but it might trigger other people. And it was too much. They were stuck on that. And how many drugs he takes, how many times he tried to quit and he couldn't quit. So that makes him look like a loser, which I don't think he is. But yeah, they went on it for too long. Okay, you guys, I've been here for 1 hour. I need to go to sleep. It is 4:30 a.m. Nicole and Rich P. Are you still here? My connection is unstable, so I don't know. At this time, I'm probably talking to myself. So, if you want to watch my last video, my channel, it is pretty much Manson videos, but I did one on Johnny yesterday. My God, I don't know what day it is. I'm working at night. Yeah. Oh, you don't? Oh, whoa, it's gonna be fun to tell you. Well, I started making videos about Deb a year and a half ago, and then I got into the Manson story because everybody was doing videos about Deb, and it was nothing new going on. So I got into the Manson story, and now I got really, really, really into the Manson story. I posted clips from her movie, from Phoenix Rising. I posted a lot of stuff on Manson, on Evan. I read the filing from Ashley Walters, Ashley Morgan, the filing from Marilyn Manson. I analyzed the Phoenix Rising documentary. I posted clips. There's a playlist that says Phoenix Clips. Go in there if you want to watch the clips from that freaking documentary that they made. I talk about that a lot, but the lives are just like messy. But if like the regular videos are more, yeah, 97% is about Manson because it's like I feel like I'm more close to that case and it's more I know more about it. And when I started talking about Manson on YouTube, nobody wanted to touch Manson. Manson was like dirty. We don't talk about Manson. And now everybody talking about Manson. It was only like a couple of us girls talking about Manson. But with the I don't want to do lives at the same time that the trial is happening because I know that everybody's watching the trial. So I wanna come back here. So I have my kids this weekend. So I wanna come back here on Sunday night. Is that a good time? And do a recap of what's happening with Johnny and Amber. It's not fetch of what's happening with Marilyn Manson and Evan. Evan got the idea from Amber. It's a big hoax. Um, mhm. Yeah, yeah. The Manson. I think both can. Both. Is it a coincidence they're both best friends and they're both accused to be rapists? I mean, they're not only best friends. They're like they call each other brother. Marilyn Manson is an only child. I'm an only child, and I know how it is because when you have a friend, you call different sister or brother because you don't have real brothers and sisters, and they have matching tattoos. Like Manson is the godfather of Johnny's daughter. I mean, those two are so freaking close, and this whole thing is not a coincidence. Not one freaking bit. And Evan and Amber, they're both bisexual. They're both activists. They're the same age. The whole thing is so sneaky. It smells like horse shit to me. Joe, listen to me talk. Well, I'm talking slowly. Usually, I'm more hyper because I'm so tired. So I went to work at 8, and I got off at 2, and I'm here. And tomorrow, I'm off. Tomorrow, yeah, it's a conspiracy. It's a witch hunt. It's a gossip. It's a conspiracy made on gossip. Seriously, made on gossip and a couple pictures with a couple fake bruises, and the rest of it is gossip. And let's blame it on the drug addicts. Let's go on these two guys that have a lot of tattoos and they do a lot of drugs. That's all it is. It's just, and they wear black. Oh my God, they're just such a monsters. Like what I'm saying is like, I feel like we're in the 1950s all over again. It's like we're judging people because because they smoke weed. um, Something funny is, do you know that you watch the opening statements of Johnny Depp's Amber Heard lawyer? He mentioned Marilyn Manson. And I was like, and even Johnny was like, they can't talk, but like his eyes said everything. In the opening statements, Amber Heard's lawyer talk about Johnny Depp as being such a drug addict and getting on the phone, texting his friend Marilyn Manson, asking him for drugs. And I was like, they mentioned Manson. What the fuck? We're all gonna go down with the ship. Yeah, they mentioned him. I'm glad that they didn't say Brian Warner because nobody calls him that. Hmm. Yes, Amy Berg. Yeah, you know about it. She was like, they're not even that close, and all his fans are a bunch of pedophiles and Nazis, and oh, and Satanists. We are all of us, all of us. Yeah, Amy Bird's an idiot. Is an idiot, and I think she needs to be held accountable for what the fuck she did, man. There's a document. She put her face and her name in it. So as much as I want Evan and Ilma Gord to pay for what they did, I kind of think that HBO has, something to do with all that because they bought it. They bought it. They buy the product and they show it. Did you notice when you were watching it? I watched the whole thing because I have HBO. I watched part 1 and part 2. It was a freaking nightmare. But when you watch it, there's no warnings. This women talk about suicide, opening their freaking veins, getting RAPE on the floor by whoever. They talk about drugs. They talk about getting RAPE while they're asleep. There was no warnings. There was no warnings. And Evan also never did anything like community work, go to a shelter, blah blah. Never. Activism is through Instagram. Everett Wood Instagram is like, oh my god, let's go look at it right now. Because every time that we're talking about it, she just knows. Evan Richard Wood activism is like, I'm gonna post something on my story about Ukraine. Like all of a sudden she does that. Oh gosh. No, I'm going on her Instagram right now. And I'm telling you, there's always something. I'm following her because I have to. I have to so I can do this. Okay, so when you ask why didn't you just leave, you are assuming everybody has a place to go. Post from Evan. Well, you got a place to go, so shut up. Anyway, if there was anything bad that you gotta run, so oh, the fact that she calls herself a battered woman. There's a bunch. And then she pulled this like pictures like this, like stylish pictures, you know. And those pictures were taken right before she went to The View and all these interviews. And like she's posting pictures like, thank you for making me look good, whatever. It's not a photo shoot, girl. You're going in this TV show to talk about sexual assault and domestic violence, and you're making a photo shoot out of the situation. That's how slacktivism. That's right. But did you see this? Like the photo shoot right before the activism. Because I might as well show the clothes, might as well show Alexander McQueen shoes, might as well do it. That's her Instagram. That's not even me gossiping. This is her post. Look, pinching myself after the Daily Show. More photo shoots at the expense of women assaulted in the world. Mm-hmm. She deleted a bunch. Oh, what a jerk. She deletes like a bunch of stuff. Did you guys notice that she just like posts pictures of like look like David Bowie, and Manson has been obsessed with Bowie for a while. And now she's doing the same thing. It's just like anyway, whatever. More pictures of herself looking at them. To be so broken, to have fallen so deeply that the only thing you can do is to rise like a phoenix. This is activism, you guys. Activism from photo shoots. Look at how pretty she looks when she's doing activism. Yeah, this woman makes me crazy. Yeah, if you wanna, well, you got to the right place because all I do is Manson. That's not bad. All I do is Manson and Evan and Elma Gore. I know one thing or two about Elma Gore, and I'm gonna wait until the right time to say it. But because I live in LA, that's all I gotta say. And she's a leech. She's a vampire. That's insulting to vampires. I know a couple things about. I don't know Evan, and I don't know anybody who knows Evan, but I know people that knows Ilma, and everything that people say about Ilma on the internet is true, like 100%. She's worse than y'all think she is. I know not in person, but I know people that know her, and they stop talking to her because of the charades that she does. I'll tell you more later. The charades. She's a leech. She's always broke. She's always asking for money. She goes to people's houses and crash and crash on their couches and smoke their weed and leave. She'll flirt with your boyfriend and your girlfriend. She'll leave you drained of energy. That's what she does. And she manipulates people. And the point that she did this to Evan. I'm not defending Evan. Evan is vile. But Ilma coach Evan in all this. Like for example, somebody like Amber Heard, I don't think Amber Heard would have been convinced by Ilma Gore to do all this. Because I think Amber is a little bit stronger and a little bit more Yeah, she Amber has a brain. Evan was really easily convinced and easily influenced by Ilma. And Ilma, when people ask me like what did she does, like I don't remember her doing anything around here. Like I don't remember her like painting a toilet and then showing it in a park. I don't know. Like I don't know. I remember her doing an exposition that she was painting with her own blood. So to show some type of like statement of she's bleeding for her art. That's Ilma. That's Ilma. Until Me Too happened, Ilma was not. Uh, she was not. She was not fighting for domestic violence or sexual assault. She wasn't. She was just an artist that was doing stupid, weird shit to catch attention. She was broke. That's what she was doing. And then she was on the payroll for the Phoenix Act, which is I don't know why she was on a payroll to begin with, but she was on the payroll. Yeah. So that's what's up. Okay, so I posted, just go to my Phoenix clips. I posted from my computer. And I thought I was gonna get strike by YouTube. And I thought I was gonna get in trouble. I thought I was gonna get a letter of cease and desist from Evan's parents because I was saying bad things about them. So I thought, but I didn't. It is public knowledge. Like I mean, like if I paid for it because it was my HBO, my TV. For commentary, I think I can play it for less than 2 minutes. So I couldn't really post a whole movie there, but you can watch clips of it, and you can watch clips of it in my channel and everybody else's. But I post them without even interrupting, like they're like a minute clip. Nicole knows about it because she was watching it, and a minute or 2 minutes, because if I do more, I can get in trouble. But I really thought I was getting in trouble just for that, especially from our parents. They can send you a letter of cease. If the letter is called cease and desist, if they send you a letter, then you cannot talk about them anymore. I know that happened to people that were talking about Britney Spears and Britney's parents. They got those type of letters, and they either got their channel just don't remove, or they are have to do an apology, or they cannot talk about the case ever again. So I'm happy I'm not getting out of that. And it doesn't matter how big or small your channel is, they're just doing it to everybody, especially if you tag a lot. So I'm trying not to do too many hashtags like everybody does, because every time that you do that, then it pops. Like Amber Heard can be right now on the internet, and I'm nobody, but it'll say Amber Heard is a liar, for example, something like that. Or I post and I say Amber Heard goes to jail, something, she will know. And then she gets in here and there, everywhere, starts trolling. And she trolls Johnny Depp's fans like crazy. She pretends to be people like is she's insane. Like she really has nothing to do. Evan does that too. She pretends to be people on Twitter, and she sends messages to people and asks them to stop. It's just crazy. We should do like a whole video, Amy. Is Amy or Amy? Amy Bird. Because I know that she's not a bad cinematographer. I know that she did a couple good documentaries, but I think that she got under the spell of Ilma and Evan and the whole feminist thing. I think she got under the spell, and that's why she did it. Why HBO bought it, I don't know, but they will have to say why, because they're using their platform to spread lies. Otherwise, call it a fiction. Call it just a movie. A series, a mini series. The moment you say it's a documentary, then now it's defamation and libel. That's what he's taking them to court for. Defamation and libel. He's not taking them to court for money. He's not taking them to court because I'm mad at you. And no, it's different than Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is taking Amber to court for defamation, libel, and he wants $50 million. I don't even think Amber has $50 million unless Elon Musk is going to pay for it. No, this case is going to be great. It's going to be 6 weeks. So I think this counts as so 5 more weeks, and we're gonna have a lot of weirdos popping, like James Franco, Elon Musk, people that she cheated on Johnny with. Again, I am not going to. You're not gonna hear me talking about. Well, I'll talk about it, but you're not gonna hear me criticizing people for cheating, or for smoking dope, or for doing drugs, or for having a mental illness. Those are the four things I'm not gonna do. Everything else I will, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Cheated or not. So what? So what? So what if she cheated? So what if he cheated? That's the reason to get to punch each other. I mean, they both have a really toxic relationship. They both need to go, like, they need to be further. Like, in when you watch the trial, they're sitting way too close. They need to. Those two are not good for each other. I think that I hope Johnny finds somebody. I hope Amber, but it's harder for her. Find somebody, and I hope there's peace. But sometimes you have to get through this shit to just get rid of somebody that you really, really hate. And this is not even about money. With her, well, if it was about money, why she didn't take the $7 million that she got from him and walked away? No, she wanted to destroy him. And it's the same thing that Evan Rachel Wood is doing. In the first part of the documentary, Evan says, "Oh, this is not about revenge. This is not me doing things to him. He's already gone. That man is gone. He's broken." Did you guys remember that? Nicole, you watch? I know Nicole. I know you watch it. Nicole, you watch it. And Evan says, "There's not even a man in there. He's done." Like, if I was speaking about somebody who I'm scared of, you know, I'm not gonna be sitting there going like, "He's done." It's very non-likable. It's very like, what are you arrogant about it? What are you trying to be a badass? I thought you were scared for your life. Like, she flips like a pancake. I can't stand her. But I'm not hating her because she's ugly, because she's skinny, because she's fat, because she's blonde. I hate her for what she's doing to him. So I don't even have to criticize the way she looks. Some people do. Yeah, yeah. She's very arrogant, and she's very confrontational. And you notice when she went to the View, I watched my videos on her interviews. I did 3 videos on her latest interviews. When she went to the View, she was the View on TV with Whoopi Goldberg and all those people. That show was insufferable, was annoying, but she was so hyper and manic and like on speed, it seemed like. And she was, "Okay, so this happened to you, Amber." She was like, doing this with her head. Really weird. Like, her body language was weird. She was like just a fist. Like, her face was, I don't know. It was really weird. I probably her manager told her to calm the fuck down, because in the next interview she was more likable. She's not likable. She's not a likable person. And what's up with all the shots of the boobs? Like, this whole, like, we're gay, but we're not gay. We're bisexual, so we're gonna look very bisexual in the movie. Like, girl, knock it off. It's like, you won an award for being bisexual. Since when we do this? Like, they didn't invent it. They didn't invent activism, and they didn't invent feminism either. Can you imagine the real feminists, ladies from the 1960s and stuff, that probably now dead? Can you imagine if they see this? How embarrassed, man. That will be like, this is not feminism. This is not what we fight for. We give our lives for this shit so these two brats can do this. Because I do believe in feminism is a real thing, but I'm like, this girl's got it all wrong. Like, the gossip and the you need to take the phones away, seriously, from these people. Hi, you guys. I said I was gonna go like 32 minutes ago. And I'm alone here with my cat. My cat is like, Lily, my cat. Lily. Yeah, you. She's looking at me like, "Are you done talking to that computer? The crazy woman." Um, I wish I can stay longer, but I really had to go to sleep. Dita? Yeah. Dita should made it. Well, Rose McGowan made that book, and there's a whole chapter that is called The Circus that is about him. And then it's a beautiful chapter. And I read it on a video, and I have it here in my house because I like Rose. And the whole chapter is about him and how they were super domesticated, and they would watch movies and eat pizza. I don't know. Where's this monster these people talk about? Rose McGowan said that she never felt safer with any man that she felt with Manson. He made her feel safe after she got raped, because Rose got raped right before she was with Manson. Let's not forget that. And that did happen. Don't tell me that didn't, because that did. Okay? Harvey Weinstein did those things to people. So she was in this Sundance Film Festival in the 90s. Then she was with Manson, started being with Manson at the end of the 90s. So her trauma was very fresh, and Manson made her feel safe. Those are her words. There's all the people. There's Courtney Love, there's Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. There's a lot of people that are on his side, but they are afraid to talk. Like, it's a touchy subject. Like, the touchy subject of RAPE, sexual assault. That would be so cool if Dita made a movie. But Dita Von Teese is pretty much on her own. She's not stupid. She doesn't wanna, like her brand. Her brand. She's all about beauty and about being so, ethereal and magical and gorgeous. She doesn't want to get involved with this. This is muddy and this dirty. And not dirty because Manson is dirty. I'm talking about it's dirty. The subject is dirty, it's muddy, it's complicated. And it feels like Dita is the opposite of complicated person. She seems very simple and nice and warm lady. So yeah, I don't think she's gonna get involved. But it will be great if she gets called to testify. Just with Johnny Depp, they're gonna have people testifying that Johnny Depp had a wife for 18 years. Not a wife, they didn't get married, but they had 2 kids together. 18 years. He never was violent with her once. 18 years. So you're gonna tell me, like the same with Manson, that this guy wake up one day and goes, I'm gonna be a monster today. Like I was never before. No, that's not how the psyche works, people. She defended him. Do you remember? She posted a thing on Instagram, and then she removed it, saying, I'm gonna have to look it up on Google. She removed it. Dita posted on Instagram right after Evan posted. Dita posted that she understands domestic violence is a problem, but that she never witnessed that with him. That when Manson was with her, he wasn't like that. That's what Dita said. I'm paraphrasing. Dita didn't say, oh, Evan, you're a liar, or something confrontational, because it's Dita. She's the lady. Hold on. Dita. Hold on. I'm sorry. Dita Von Teese's statement on Marilyn Manson. I'm too lazy. Okay. Okay, well, he said horrible distortions of reality, blah, blah, blah. And like a week after, I wish she didn't delete it, but she deleted it, but it's here on the internet somewhere. Why? I look for Dita, and Evan pops out. Why? I'm looking for Dita. Jeez. They hold on. I need to use my computer. Do you have it there? I have these nails. I can't even. Okay. No, Dita is not supporting anybody. Dita, that she will support anybody. She didn't say Evan, who is in this type of trouble. And Dita said that when she was with him, she never witnessed that from him. So yeah, of course she's gonna support women, but she's not supporting Evan. No. Why have to read about Trent Reznor? I don't want to do that. My public do not match my personal experience during our 7 years together as a couple. Had they, I would not have married him. I left 12 months later due to infidelity, cheating, and drug abuse, which I totally believe that. And I believe that cheating might have been Evan. But allegedly, I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, the LA Times are a bunch of assholes. I'm never going to pay for LA Times and all that ever again. Just like we have to sabotage the Johnny Depp, the movies that he was fired from, we have to not pay for any of that shit. Rolling Stone magazine, People magazine, LA Times, New York Times, Washington Post. Yeah, Loudwire, they're so bad. Yeah, Loudwire. Marilyn Manson and Ozzy Osbourne are like best friends. Like Dita, because she's a dancer, burlesque dancer, but she's a dancer nonetheless. Dita was doing a striptease in Ozzy Osbourne birthday. Oh, Manson is such a jealous monster. He would just let his wife get naked or almost naked in front of another man, which was Ozzy. So it was like Ozzy, Sharon, Dita, and Manson. Yeah, that's how bad he is. He's a jealous monster. He'd be like, "Here, dance, my wife, dance with my wife." Yeah, that's how monster. A monster. Yeah. Yeah, the LA Times said that, but Dita didn't say it from her mouth. The LA Times can just go kiss it. This is what they do. This is what LA Times. Don't read that anymore. Don't give them your money. I have HBO because I have a bundle. That in the bundle of the what I get is HBO is there. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay to watch her fucking documentary. That's what I posted on my channel. It says Phoenix Clips. So, because I know some people don't have money to pay it, or that's not the problem, but they don't want to watch it because they can't stomach 3 hours of it. I watch it for 3 hours and I watch it twice. Part one and part two. Part two is even worse. The naming day and all that. That whole drama. Like, yeah, who does that? Who's like in the kitchen, like when Evan is in the kitchen, the Phoenix Rising part two, when she's in the kitchen, laying in the kitchen, doing like deep breathing exercises in your kitchen floor. I'm sure it's a clean floor, but still, what the fuck? And then she's like, it's the fireplace, and the dad is there, and the stepmom is there, and she looks at her phone, and she's like, she looks at her dad. Her dad is like, at this point, what the hell he's gonna say about it? Like he's just like going, he's just rolling with it. And then she's looking at her phone, and then she looks at her dad. And she goes, "It's posted. I posted it." And her dad gives her a hug. What else he gonna do? You know? Oh, thank you, Nicole. But I'm glad we got to talk because we never get to chat. I'm always now this is a really weird time, 5 in the morning. Because I knew early that if I get in here, I was not going to get nobody to watch me because everybody was watching Johnny. So I'm not that dumb. But yeah, watch the stream. Tomorrow the courthouse is closed because it's Easter. So whatever, my opinions on that. But the courthouse is open on Monday. So they're gonna try to watch it. And it will make you mad. It's gonna remind you of Evan a lot. All the things, the weight, everything. And Amber Heard is like looking like a man. Like obviously she's pretty. She's pretty. So this part is very feminine, but like she's wearing suits, like a boy. eye rolling. But you cannot look like a woman in court. Why not? Do you know what I mean? And Johnny's like this, like cool, like a freaking orange, okay? And she's like this the whole time, all stuck up, wearing her suit. It's like, okay, we get it. You're bisexual. We understand. Next, you can wear a skirt once in a while. My God, girl. Yeah, subscribe and watch it out as whenever you have time. There's no rush. There's so many. There's so many, and I talk a lot. Right now I'm slow because I'm tired, but usually, like Nicole can tell you, I like to do this for at least a couple hours. But yeah, the clips are a couple minutes, and then there's one that I said that I react to her interviews, and I really was reacting. I wasn't even watching. I was reacting without watching it because I wanted to really react. Oh my God, she pissed me off. Evan, I'm talking about. Rachel. I know she hates that. And you know what? She watches YouTube. I know she's watching. Either she's watching or her camp is watching. Because there's things that she said on interviews that she's only saying it because she watched it on Kristen's channel. Kristen is talking about the abortion and the vanilla sex in the interview with Mancine. Kristen, calling the Kurtz. Evan, you've been watching. Evan, you watching Kristen? You watching something. Because she changed the way she was saying things. She would never talk about abortion if it wasn't because we talked about the abortion. So now she got all the reason, but she needs to get it out because it's out anyway. Again, I'm not going to judge abortion. See, like I'm not going to judge those things. I'm just going to point it out. And I am pretty sure that Evan is watching YouTube and Amber also is in her hotel room right now watching YouTube. And she isn't supposed to. Yeah, she's watching. Hi, Rachel. I got a couple people telling me how can I support a wife beater, talking about Johnny, or how can I support a rapist or whatever, a Nazi. And I was like, well, I told those people to talk to me in the comments and we can have a conversation, and they both chicken out. Because you can talk to me and I'll tell you why, and I'll probably convince you. But they were just scared. They were just scared. They know they can't do it because, like, we know too much. I've been like watching and researching this thing for a year and 3 months. Come on, you're not gonna come here and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, just go watch my videos. I know what I'm talking about. I have background. I know what I'm talking about. And you might not like it. Not like my voice, my eyes, whatever. Just go. Cool. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. But to sit there and be like, and tell me that I have to shut up because I'm a woman and I'm a mother, so I should know better. What that has to do with anything? Because I'm a mother, I have to be smart and I have to lie for you all, weirdos, women that abuse men. I have to lie for you. I have to protect you. What? Makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, YouTube is great. And you don't have to pay, and you don't have to pay to watch the Johnny and Amber trial. Not one dime. You can watch it all free. You don't even have to turn the stupid TV on. Don't give those people any views. Don't watch it on Fox. Watch it. Well, I can. I'm not going to stream it. But Stevie Ray J is doing it. Planet Popcorn is doing it. Come Greek Some is doing it. Come Geek Some is doing it. Who else? Everybody's doing it. Umbrella Guy is not doing it. He chose not to stream, but he's doing videos right after the court is over, and they're hilarious. Everybody's doing it. There's no reason to pay for this anymore. We had to pay for stuff like this back in the day to watch, like, big trials. Now we don't. And I know that Amber hates the fact that there's cameras in the courtroom, and Johnny's like, he doesn't care. But I know that Amber hates it because she's the one that asked not to have cameras in the courtroom. The bad thing is, like, 2 Johnny Depp fans were kicked out from the courtroom yesterday. My gosh. They need to know how to behave. They're making everybody look bad. Um, yeah. Evan is watching. Ilma's watching. I know that. Because Ilma is the one that goes to a podcast, a radio show, and says, I'm a hacker. I have a degree in computer science, and I hack my friends. I have a fake ID. She said those things about herself for the last 10 years, and that cannot be removed. Maybe people on YouTube don't know about it, but some of us know about it. That can't be removed. That's on the internet. On the internet, she said that she's a hacker. And maybe she was just blowing her own horn. Okay, maybe she's not a hacker, but she's a hacker. Yes. Otherwise, how the fuck she knew how to do all that? How? All right, you guys, I gotta go. I don't want to go. I want to hang out, but I wish that time was different. But I wish I was here, but I was at work. Okay, Lily. My cat really doesn't like when I talk to the computer unless she can be part of it. I'll be part of it. Oh, this is my monster. She's purring. You know, I love cats. It's like they purr, but they want to leave at the same time. I gotta go work really hard so you can eat and have a good life. Get this way, my cat. Her name is Lily. She's a tabby and she's really big. So I have to hold her like this. And I have my kids this weekend. So when my kids are here, I don't open the YouTube. I don't talk about this stuff. I don't even open the YouTube or my phone because we got like plans. We got things to do, and we're not going to watch the movie because they fire Johnny. So I'm sorry. I kind of want to know out of curiosity, but I'm not watching it. I'm glad too. And I'm sorry about my appearance. I literally look like a zombie. You know how usually I put eyeliner on? Look, I have nothing on, just lipstick. You know, I work in a hospital in a graveyard. So I literally look like a ghost because that's where I am. That's the location. That's where I'm at. So it's not bad. I mean, I don't complain about having a job. I'm thankful that I have one, but the hours are crazy. So I actually love this. I love working at night and kind of during the day catching up with things. But after watching the Johnny Depp trial for 7 hours on Tuesday, 7 hours on Wednesday, 6 hours on Thursday, I was drained. Like, I'm like, how the fuck Johnny is dealing with that? And imagine when it happens to Manson, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be very similar. But instead of Amber, it's gonna be a bunch of just chicks complaining about him and saying, such an asshole. He gave me a cell phone. He gave me a pair of shoes to wear when I was with him because he really likes my feet. What a bastard. What a monster. I'm joking at this point because like, all right, I was gonna play videos and sound, but just not going to because it's gonna take too long. But yeah, go watch, entertain yourself, and you guys have a good day. I forgot Nicole. Oh, Nicole, you are in North Carolina. If I'm correct, do you live in North Carolina? So you are, what is it, 6 a.m. over there? About. Rich, where are you at? If you don't mind me asking you, because Nicole is in North Carolina. So I'm just like trying to figure out what time you guys are doing this and watching me and dealing with my nonsense. It's really early for this. It's early or it's late. In my case, it's late because I haven't slept. Rich, are you on the US or where you at? You are in Virginia? That's where the case is. That's where the Amber and Johnny case is at. Fairfax, Virginia. Oh my God. I would just love to be in Virginia right now because I will go. People were able to. Some people were flying from the UK just to support Johnny. Northern Virginia, is that close to Fairfax? Oh my God! I'm just like, too bad we didn't meet like a year ago. I would don't hang out. Um, they are in Fairfax. Does that sounds familiar? Well, you live in Virginia, so you know where Fairfax is. I don't know where Fairfax County is. So they are okay. Well, that's where they are, right there. Every day, if you feel like going by and just giving Johnny a pack of cigarettes, then you can do that actually. They're not letting people make a bunch of noise, but people can go expedite and just kind of like hang out outside without making noise and without asking for pictures. But they show you Johnny and Amber going into the court in the morning, and it's such a black and white difference. And Amber is like this. She just and Johnny's like put his hand on his heart, like saying hello to the people. He can't. They're not allowed to him to stop for pictures, but he's like saying hi, smiling, saying hi. Amber's like, I swear, like with this eyebrow, we had the same. My gosh. She said, this thing when I was watching it, it's a movie. I swear it's a movie. It's like watching a movie, but it's so sad because it's not a movie. And I can't wait until Manson has these people in court because it's going to be even better. Because it's going to be, well, it's going to be pretty much the same. There's a lot of, both of them have so many similarities in their personalities and in what people expect from them. And now getting thrown under the bus because he does drugs. Okay. That's all they have on Johnny. All they have is the drugs. They don't have anything else. And it's the same with Manson. All they have is the drugs. The drugs and the drugs and the drugs. Like, what else is there? We see a picture. We didn't see a freaking x-ray. We didn't see a black eye from anybody. The drugs. I'm tired of that. Like, of course you're going to do drugs. Just got to deal with the freaking animals of people. I'm just, come on. And when did Manson say, when did ever Manson say, I don't do drugs? When did he ever said that? And Johnny Depp never denied. Johnny Depp said he had bipolar disorder. Johnny Depp said that he had a problem with cocaine and alcohol and opiates. He said it. I can find you interviews that he's been saying it for years. So these two, Manson and Depp, are very honest with the public, and they're not phony. So trying to get somebody on something that they already say is dumb. It's like you telling me that I have red hair. Yes, I do. Like, I never deny it. And you're trying to get me on that. It's dumb. Trying to get Manson on the whole thing about him taking drugs is dumb. Is like telling me that I have a headband today, right now. It's like, yeah, okay. What's your point? Oh, but I didn't know you have a headband. Okay, but I have one. What's your point? It's just Evan does that shit. Evan did that shit. He was hiding an alcohol and drug problem from me for so long. No, he wasn't hiding anything. He was giving you the dope, and you were giving him the dope, and you were buying the dope for him, Rachel. That's why they all call you Snowflake. And we know by first sources that that's the name. It's not me saying it. Everybody knows it. Rachel, Snowflake. Nothing. I'm not attacking people that do cocaine. I'm attacking people that are fake about it. You know, you're going to do what you're going to fucking do, man. They don't have kids together, Manson and Rachel. They don't. So there's no problem. The only problem arises when you have a child with a person. Then yes, then you're gonna then you're gonna go to rehab. You gotta snap out of it. But you don't have kids. Do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. Yeah. It is very sad. And I really admire Johnny for sitting there through all this. Only a brave man will do that, really. Because he's sitting there Everybody's talking about his mental illness and his drug addictions and his trauma and how evil his mother was. He had to sit there through everything. Yeah, look at Manson. I know, but then it's like, okay, look at Manson. Okay, look at Manson. But also read about Manson. Listen to what people say about Manson, people that actually know him. Read the Rose McGowan book, a chapter on Manson. So, okay, look at Manson and look at all the makeup and the craziness and the costumes, but also read about Manson. So it's like, it's not a bad thing to say, well, look at Manson. The bad thing is like not doing both research. It's like, okay, look at Manson. I mean, I like Manson since I was like, I don't know. I was in high school when Antichrist Superstar came out. So, but that's not the point. The point is that he's innocent. I like his art. I don't like every album. Actually, I don't like the one he made inspired by Evan. I just don't like. I always hated that album. I always felt like it was like so. But anyway, and look at my gut feeling was telling me no. But I love Manson. But it's the point is we always knew he had a drug problem. He never denied it. So what do you want? What do you want? Like what do you like what do they want besides the money? What else they want from him? You know? Like okay, get on my knees and say, I'm sorry that I gave you a cell phone and an apartment. I'm sorry I didn't know I was grooming you. Because Rachel says that she was groomed, that he was grooming her because he gave her an apartment and a cell phone and a vehicle. I take all that. Well, now I have my own, right? But I'm saying, like, if I was 20 years old and I'm not from here and it's my first time in LA and my boyfriend wants to give me a vehicle and a phone, yeah, I accept it. It's not grooming. It's just a guy being a nice guy. But see, we're getting to the point that a man can say to me, I like your eyes, whatever, your hair. Because I'm going to be like, assault. You know, it's getting to that point. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're back to the 1950s in America, that it was very prudish and it was very, you know, and now they're all clutching their pearls, going like, oh, if you get a gift from a dude, it's bad. It's grooming. He's brainwashing you. He's giving you a car. He's brainwashing you. I'm just being funny because when I'm tired and when I'm full of the shit from these people, I need to make jokes. Yeah. One of the girls, Chloe Black, you can have fun on my channel if you have patience because my videos are long. I read the whole thing. I read each of the women. I read Chloe Black, Jane Doe, which I figured it out it was Chloe Black because I did some digging and she blocked me on Instagram. So it's like, that is you. So Chloe Black, Ashley Morgan, Ashley Walters, Esme Bianco. I read all those on my videos. It's super, if you're not into reading court files or listening to it, it's kind of annoying. But I like doing that because they're funny as fuck. This girl is saying that he was grooming her because he gave her a pink kimono. A pink kimono. Manson went to Japan. He liked the kimono. Buy the kimono. Kimono. It's probably a lot of fucking money. An expensive fucking kimono, okay? And give it to this girl as a present. And she took it as grooming. Now you want me to wear this? Well, yeah, it's kind of nice. I bought it for you. How dare him? It's like him saying, I like it when you wear red lipstick. Grooming. Oh my God. I don't expect anything from Manson that I don't expect any from any other guy. He's just a man. That's it. So we gotta stop that shit. I agree. The stigma is real. The stigma with musicians, with artists, with people that have tattoos. Today in Johnny Depp trial, they were talking about his tattoos. Who? What are we? What country we live? Like, how do we? What are we doing? We're criticizing people because they have ink on their skin. Like, just watch it if you can. If you, yeah, they do not have critical thinking. They don't. And also, they don't have something called common sense. Common sense. It's not, common sense is free. They don't teach you that in college, but we all need to have some of it. Common sense. If a guy says, "Hey, I know you don't have money and I know you need this, and here's a phone for you to use," common sense is that is a good thing. And they don't have sense, and they don't, you're right. It's not, there's no critical thinking skills. There's no perspective. There's no nuances to it. It's black and white. This woman is everything is black and white, hot or cold. Yeah. Hmm. My common sense is the critical thinking. Everything is upside down to them. Everything's upside down. To me, if a guy gives me that, it's nice. It's a gift. To them, it's like the devil. It's everything is upside down. They got it all up. It's all opposite. It's all opposite. And the little clip that I posted, just go where it says Phoenix clips, and you're gonna find it. That clip that Evan is showing of Manson, Brian being really mad at her is bullshit. Bullshit. First of all, I don't even know if it's Manson. All you see is a big black boot. Like, big shoe and a male voice. I do think it's Manson, but it could be anybody. And she's like, "Who texts you? Who texts you?" And he's like, "Me? You? Who texts you?" And he's kind of like accused, like, "Who texts you?" Like asking. That's it. That's all he does in the video. And in that video that she shows, there's light. The carpet is like a beige color, not black. The walls are not black. There's light. Just saying, for the whole like black walls and just no light, and then we have to walk around with flashlight because he keep us in the dark, and so go watch the playlist. You're gonna have fun, or you're gonna get really mad. I get really mad with Rachel, and then I start making jokes. Lily, what's going on? My cat is out, just completely out of it. I'm gonna make just really videos. All right, guys, have a good night or good morning. And thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it a lot. So Richie, Rich, I have a friend that his name is Richie. Rich, get into Johnny's Amber case. Like, watch it, watch clips of it. You're gonna be like, whoa. If you like the Manson thing, this is before the Manson thing. This is 2016, and oh my God, it's the same shit. The activism and the bisexual girl with an activism, with the activist friend, and I'm telling you, oh my God, it's not. No, she's not more activist than I am. Um, watch 7 hours of it. The reason I do it is because I want people to talk about it. So that's why I watch it, and because it's fun. To me, it was not, I mean, it's fun. It's not fun to see Johnny sad. But it's fun to know about all these things. And you gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta know your enemy. You gotta know your enemy. So the more we watch it and the more we share it, it's the best we can do, for reals. But if you can't watch 6 hours of it like I did, you can watch clips in other channels here and there. I'm not gonna do clips of that, but I did plenty of clips of Evan and Manson. And I am going to, on Monday night when I come back from work, I'm gonna do a video on There's nothing on Manson lately, so I'm gonna do a video on Johnny and Amber with a timeline of the abuse, and I'm gonna put audio, and I'm gonna talk about what they're saying in court, and I'm gonna just show the opposite of what they're being saying and what they're saying in court. That makes no sense. Um, and the therapist talking, and the psychiatrist talking, and the sister talking. I just want to put it all like in one video, but I don't have the time right now because it's the weekend, and it seems like, I mean, I'm busy, but even if I wasn't, it seems like everybody is busy in the weekends. But you can watch The Umbrella Guy, Tug, or you can watch Popcorn Planet. E-Hacker, unless you don't like him for whatever reason, he has videos on Manson and Johnny, both. And he wasn't into Manson until like maybe like 3 months ago. Now it's too obvious, and people start saying like, "What the fuck?" Like Manson got super canceled a year ago. A couple months ago, even people that I know that don't like Manson and they thought that Manson was guilty, now they're going like, wait, like it's a process. It's like I thought Amber Heard was right. I hate myself for that. I thought she was. I'm sorry. I said it before in other videos. I believe her. Back in the day in 2016, I believe her. And then I start watching things on YouTube, and I start reading stuff, and I start listening to people. And I was like, oh wait, oh my God. And the more you read about it, the more you watch videos, the more you listen, the more you do your own research. And when I found out about the bruise, and I looked it up and on the internet, how you can make a bruise, how a bruise in your face has a life, that it turns different colors at different days. It doesn't just disappear. I started looking at all that, and I got obsessed with it. It's a hoax. They're both hoaxes. Is that a word? Well, it is now. Hoaxes. Yeah, they're both of them. It's different because one is a wife, and Evan was never the wife of Manson, but it doesn't matter. It's the same. It comes from the same vile place. It's like, I'm gonna destroy this guys, destroy this man just because we can, and that's about it. This is not even about the money anymore. With Evan has money. It's about, throwing him on the trash. Like it's just really vile. There's not a real reason. Even if she gives me a reason, I'm not gonna like her reason. But I'm just saying, there's not even like a real. Amber has, she did it for $7 million. All right, okay. There's no, for Evan and for Ilma Gore, there's really not a lot of money involved. It's more like, let's just cancel this guy because I'm ashamed of the things that I did with him, because I feel dirty. I'm embarrassed that I was ever with him, and I want to change my image. I want to be Evan Rachel. Let's call her Rachel from now on. I want to be Rachel, the activist, the bisexual activist. I'm not hating on bisexual people, okay? But the whole thing is like, oh, you winning awards because you're bisexual. Oh, that's like me winning awards